Hey everybody, so we're going to do a DIY bleach tie-dye today. And the first thing you want to do is take all of your supplies outside and set it up in a nice ventilated area, and make sure you're wearing some clothes that are safe to get a little bit of bleach on them. And to get your bleach solution mixed up, you can take a common household like a spray bottle to do your hair, and you would just mix this up half and half with bleach and water. And you can also use a condiment bottle like this. I think this might work a little bit better. You can use like an old ketchup bottle, an old soap bottle. So once you have your solution all mixed up, make sure you also have a old laundry basket or a bucket so you have stuff to let your bleach soak in. And then have some old clothes ready to go and to be tie-dye. Okay, and once you're ready to get started, go ahead and make sure you have plenty of rubber bands. And kind of just do whatever pattern you like. I've heard that you grab it in the middle and then kind of twist it up into a little ball like this. Works best. And once you have your shirt all twisted up, go ahead and get out the rubber bands. And you're going to want to put about 3 rubber bands on there, kind of like you would slice up a pizza. You can do more, but this is just the version I'm gonna do. So then you're gonna take your bleach, and I'm gonna try the condiment bottle first. Take this cap off. And do every other square and get it nice and wet. So, like this one. And let's do this one. And make sure you get them good and soaked, otherwise this isn't really going to work all that well. And make sure you flip over your thing and do the exact same sides again. Once you have this done, just set it aside and give it about 5 minutes or until it's lightened to how you would like it. And you can also try rolling up your shirt to be tie-dyed in the hot dog style, which would be more lengthways, like a big shake out the excess bleach in between dye jobs. That way it's not just getting all over everything and ruining your tie-dye process. I am going to do this the hot dog method with this as well, because it's just a little bit easier to do since the fabric is so thick. So this last sweatshirt, I am going to do the traditional rubber band technique where you twirl it up in the middle, and then I'm going to try the spray bottle. So you just use the same method but with a squirt bottle, and once you have all your article of clothing done, go ahead and let it sit for 5 minutes. And I'd say the maximum you'd want to let it sit is for 10 minutes for thicker fabrics like sweatshirts and jeans. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is bring your freshly tie-dyed items into the bathtub and make sure you give them a good rinse out and take off the rubber bands. I am going to wait a little bit on the sweatshirts because I think they need to sit a little bit longer, but I think these are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse this sweatshirt out and give the lighter colored fabric about another 5 minutes just because it's not seem to be doing a whole lot. And then I will show you the next step. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and rinse off the pink, and let's see how this one turns out. Okay, before you go ahead and start your laundry, make sure you have everything thoroughly rinsed in cold water. If you don't do it in cold water, it might make the colors run a little bit. And make sure you just wash these things separately. And that should be about it. I did throw in a Shout color catcher just in case the colors do run. Just go ahead and run it like you would any other load of laundry, and then I will show you the reveal. Okay, so this is my first shirt that I did. It's the spiral method. I didn't do it right, as you can tell from all of the big splotch on the belly. So if you're doing it the spiral style, you want to make sure you get it twisted up real tight and make the rubber band super tight, because otherwise it just kind of turns out a little funky like this. So this t-shirt I did in a different method where you roll it up lengthwise and put the rubber band into maybe like a hot dog or like a sausages. And I think that turns out it's a lot easier to do, and I think it turned out a little bit better. So yeah, I like how this one turned out. It was just an old black t-shirt. So the black hoodie turned out pretty good. I will say if you're doing a hoodie, you're gonna want to use a lot more bleach and water and let it sit for a lot longer because it takes a long time for it to soak through. So when I first did it, Like this whole front was black and there's like one sleeve had orange on it. So keep that in mind when you're doing a sweatshirt. Okay, so the pastel sweatshirt didn't really turn out so good. That is something that you want to keep in mind. If you're doing lighter colors, it's not going to be as strong as an effect as you like. And another thing I want to say about doing sweatshirts is that it takes a really long time to rinse them out. So you want to make sure you rinse them thoroughly before you go throw them in the washer, because this still smells like bleach. And this is the last t-shirt that I redid because I didn't like how the other spiral style turned out, and I tightened it up and the rubber band is much tighter, and I think it turned out a lot more of a pretty spiral pattern. I will say, what I learned from this is, first thing, make sure that you have your workspace adequately protected, because I have bleach all over the place. If you want, wear gloves, because your hands will still kind of smell like bleach after you're done doing it. Sweatshirts are much more difficult and they take longer to lift, and they're much more difficult to rinse. If you're wanting to do something quick and easy, I would definitely suggest just using like an old t-shirt that you want to bring a little bit of new life into. And that's our DIY tie-dye tutorial. So thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.